And we're live. Hey everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star, the Flippin Hippo, and it is Tuesday, November 19th. So we are going to be getting back into the regular live shows Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Back at the beginning of Q4, I moved them from Sunday nights at 9 to Tuesday at 7, just a little bit easier for me. And then Halloween happened and vacation happened and migraines happened, and I just haven't really been on schedule. But moving forward, we're going to get back into the groove of things. Caffeinated Christy is here. Pete's here, says, hi all, don't really need a butt kicking tonight since I am working said butt off, but I could use a little commiseration, not the belly aching kind. Friday's here. Rhonda and Amelia, welcome in. Dawn Marie has just joined the pod and has lots of questions. First of all, welcome to the pod, Dawn. I did see your question on our Facebook page, and I answered the first half. I saw the second half. I didn't have a chance to get to it before tonight's show, and I saw that you joined the pod. So welcome in. Thank you for joining us. No one has too many questions or dumb questions at all. That's why I love our group so much. No one really gets berated for questions, so they're fine. Nakia, am I saying that right? Nakia, welcome in. Better Barbie, hello. I like it when you get to catch me live. Also, I did meet Better Barbie in Vegas. She's wonderful. She's pretty great. And my two wonderful mods from Gnome and the Frog, David and Bill, at $4.99 super chat. Thanks, guys. You don't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. Much appreciated. Thank you. Anna's here. Christian is here. Hey, always listening while you're driving, right, Christian? Bamboo Spine Gal, Delilah's Vintage, Lucille Hickson. Lots of familiar names. Grand Larceny and longtime viewers in here tonight. Really good to see you guys. We do appreciate your support, your continued viewership. Red Willow Farms, howdy from Michigan, watching while I sort through my first load from the hoarder's house. I did see your post in the group today with the cross stitch and the linens, the vintage linens, and it was all free and you got to take whatever you wanted. That's pretty awesome. If you didn't catch her thread in the group, look for it. She ran into like a once-in-a-lifetime deal. Green Thrifty live. Yeah, it has been a while. I haven't seen you live in quite a long time. Robert's here. He's Zombie Bargain Hunter, guys. One of my other mods here from Vegas. You're still in Vegas, right? Mother's Den from San Diego. Jamison's Closet. Sharon is here. Great to see you too. All right, so I think I've said hello to everyone who's here so far. I'm doing things a little bit different tonight. You can see I'm in a different spot in the eBay room, and a spot where you can see more of the horrible mess that is our eBay room. Typically when I film, I keep it pretty tight, and all you can see is the photo drop behind me and the hippos. When I sit at this computer, you can see there's death piles. There's death piles everywhere. It's ridiculous. Such a mess. But here's the thing. Tonight is about being reality, and being reality, that's not even a thing. Okay, tonight's about being realistic, and tonight's about the reality of reselling, and tonight's about me being honest and transparent with you guys. So I wanted you to see the mess, the hot mess that is our eBay room. We're just like you guys. We have death piles everywhere. Nothing is organized, but it is. It's like a disorganized. It's an organized, disorganized chaos. We have a system. We work through it. I'm sure that most of you do too. So when people look at this and they're like, holy crap, that's a mess. It's really not. We have a system in place, but it looks like an eBay room. So I wanted you guys to see the reality of what I work in before we get into talking about sales. Connie says she needs a pep talk. Robert's back from Vegas. Rhonda and Amelia, our store now has no promoted listings and is not on sale. Today was the best sales day we had since early October, although it is still not where Q4 should be. Pretty much the general consensus of what I'm hearing from folks. So hi Kim, welcome in. We had 7 today. I didn't get around to posting the Instagram. Excuse me. I didn't get around to posting the Instagram photo yet, but we had 7 today. That's the best it's been in a while. So anyway, I'm in a different spot. I'm going to do things a little differently. I'm sitting here so that I can do the yard stream, and you guys can ask questions and I can highlight them like that, and we can talk. But before I get into the questions or really talking about sales, there's something I need to do, and you can see who's highlighted right now. Candace knows what's coming. Candace sent us a present, so I wanted to open that live, and then we'll get into the video. So Candace, thank you so much. I feel like it's a new family member, but we'll see. I should always pre-open stuff, right? You guys know how bad I am. This isn't even a box with tape. Hi, Rachel. This is a bag. This is a bag, and it's kicking my butt. And then you make the most terrible faces. Oh my God, she is so cute. Oh, look at her. Look at her. She is so cute. Aw, she's a itty bitty. Itty bitty from Hallmark. That's so cute. I actually sold the Tweety Bird itty bitty once. These are bolos, by the way. She's staying with me. But these, just for a little bit of plush knowledge there, Hallmark itty bitties are definitely a bolo. But this stays here because she is so cute. She's a new tiny little family member, and I really like her a lot. So thank you so much, Candace. I love her. Let's put her back here with Hannah, and she can sit right there for the rest of the show. She's for my desk and to snuggle. Yeah, she's probably going to end up on the desk. I put a lot of little baby ones there. Gives me someone to talk to while I work. I feel really weird here. I don't like filming here, but it is what it is. I needed to be able to get to the yard stream, and I needed to be able to show you guys our mess to just set the tone for tonight. So Jacob, I have so many videos about washing plush. You can look those up at your own time and see how we do it. The short answer is yes and no. Depends on the plush. It depends on if it's vintage. It depends if it has tags. Every single plush does get steam cleaned before it comes into the house, just to sterilize it. But as far as how we clean and if we clean and if they go in the washing machine, that's like a whole topic. So if you have time, you can search the channel for our videos. There's one specific to cleaning and one specific to steam cleaning. I try to stay away from that side of the state, Mr. Buys-A-Lot, to be completely honest. All right, so I have my coffee. That means this is serious business because I don't really drink coffee this late at night. So let's talk about Q4. Let's just jump in. You guys could see from the thumbnail on this live show and the title. I always point at my screen, like you guys can see what I'm pointing at, but it's Ask Me Anything. So if at any time tonight while we're live, if you want to ask questions, I want you to feel free to do that, and I will answer everything I can. If you ask me something that I don't know or I don't have the answer to, I will find the answer for you, not necessarily while we're live or even tonight, but I always do my best if I can't answer a question or if I don't know the answer to reach out to resellers I know in the community and get you the answer. So feel free to ask anything. Just put like a couple, if you could put a couple question marks ahead of your comment so it stands out over here in the chat and I know it's a question and I can answer it. Hey Shelly, welcome in. So normally you guys know, longtime viewers know that I've never gone live and I've never done a pre-recorded even without an outline. I always have some sort of outline, you know, kind of organizing my thoughts ahead of time and kind of like talking points that I want to go through. I don't have one. I think this is the first time I've ever done a video without an outline that had a specific topic. I have just done like shows before where it's, you know, reseller panel, ask me anything, and of course I don't have an agenda for those. I kind of have an agenda, but this is kind of an AMA. So I don't have an outline, but I have in my head what I want to say and the order I want to say it in. So I'm going to do the best I can without having organized my thoughts on paper ahead of time. And again, I will take questions as they come in and answer as many as I can tonight. We'll be on for about another 45 minutes. So keep the questions rolling, put question marks ahead of it so I can pick you out. I tried to talk to everybody in the chat. You guys know that. But I want to make sure I get to the questions tonight. I already see one. So realistically, how often do you share your entire closet on Posh per day? Realistically or honestly? Realistically, everyone should be sharing it 2 to 3 times a day. Honestly, I share mine 2 to 3 times a day. I share it first thing in the morning as part of my routine, and I share it in the afternoon around 3:30 or 4, and then I share it to the last party of the evening. Grand Larceny got a lot of Panhandle Slim Pearl Snap shirts and Wrangler ones. Do they typically run small? I wouldn't say typically. We've had a lot of different Pearl Snap shirts come through here. We've had some Wranglers. I don't think that they typically run small. They might, and if you think they do, you might want to include measurements. Men's shirts are one of the things we do not measure. It's a waste of time in our opinion. We have our reasons for it. If they ask for measurements, we'll get them. But I don't think they typically run small, but they might. Like, you might want to just measure them. Jameson's Closet just started Posh last week and only has 15 up. No sales. Okay, so we didn't start seeing daily or regular or sales consistently on Poshmark until we had 500 listings and about 1,000 followers. With only 15 listings up, you can basically share until your fingers are sore and you're really not going to see results. Can you imagine if you only had 15 listings on eBay? Even if you did promoted and ran promoted listings, you probably wouldn't sell that much. 15 is quite honestly not a lot. It's not even a little bit. 15 is nothing. That's just honesty. You need to list more. You need to be on Poshmark. You should, like I said, be listing 2 to 3 times a day, and you need to be listing 5 to 10 new items a day, period. We have about 850 on Posh, I think. Let me check. They break it down on the app, I believe, because you can't delete your solds on Poshmark. In case you didn't know, you cannot delete your solds on Poshmark, and I have some not for sales in there. I kind of keep around for a little bit just because if I get returns on eBay, they're easily put back in. I know there's a way to see this. My Posh stats, maybe. All right, so I have 1,156 listings, but how many of those are available for sale? It's not telling me. I'm not gonna sit here and dig all night. That's probably as fun as watching paint dry. Probably around 800. We probably have about 800. The thing with Poshmark though is there's a rhythm to it. There's a couple of things that you need to be doing all the time to consistently see sales. 2 to 3 times a day of sharing, listing every day. You want to share to that last party of the night. And you want to make sure that you're sharing other people and sending out offers to likers. That's where your sales are going to come from. Barbie, better Barbie, when you say you share your closet, do I share my whole closet? All of it, everything, from the bottom to the top, if it's active. If it's not for sale or already sold, clearly I don't share it. But with around 850, it takes me 20 minutes, legit. Like on a desktop, I don't share from my phone. I don't like doing it from the phone. It takes me like 20 minutes to share 850. I don't know if it's just repetition over time that I've gotten faster, but I feel like everyone can do it that fast if you just sit down and do it. You're going to get item not as described returns on eBay, even though you provided measurements. You're going to get them even though it's clearly buyer's remorse. You're going to get them for a lot of reasons. Unfortunately, buyers are trained to try to avoid paying return shipping. We've gotten the item not as described opened on us on items that had free returns with 7 measurements on a pair of jeans, free returns, and they still opened item not as described because they clearly understand the system and we're trying to get around paying shipping. So there's nothing you can do about that. Unfortunately, it's the part of business. You're going to have to take returns. It's just part of the business. You're going to have to take returns. Take the emotions out of it. It's a business. Just get your emotions out of the way and go forward. Don't dwell on it. Don't waste any time on it. Just refund and move on, relist. Yes, so I am, but you're not supposed to. So that's why I wanted to highlight this question. Are you deleting your not for sale once you're sure they're long gone? I am, but that's not recommended. It came directly from Posh Fest in 2018. I did not attend. Sydney did, and you guys know I'm very good friends with Sydney, the Posh Boss, and she was a closet consultant at 2018 Posh Fest. And they told her directly, when you delete listings out of your Posh Closet, it will kind of push you down on the algorithm. They have an algorithm similar to Cassini, and they don't like it when you delete stuff. I think it kind of went hand in hand with, at the time, when the Posh 30-minute method was popular, which is something you guys should never do. And they were trying to discourage people from deleting and relisting all the time. So at that point, it was said not to delete your listings. It messes up the algorithm and it can hurt your sales. That said, I do what I want, and I don't like a bunch of stuff in there. So sometimes I'll delete 2 or 3 a day. I have tried Mercari 2 times, and I've given up on it 2 times. So that should answer that question. I know there's a lot of people who find a lot of success with Mercari. A lot of people really like Mercari and do very well over there. We did not have that experience. The first time we tried it, nothing happened. So we inactivated everything and stayed away from it. And then we tried it again, probably like at the beginning of this year. And I was just putting plush over there because everyone swears you can do really well with plush over there. Not so much in our case. So I don't do it. I don't have the time for it. That's the bottom line. That's what it came down to for us. If I'm going to put in time and effort on something, I need to see a payout for it. I need to see that my time is making money. So in the time that I was spending on Mercari and nothing was selling, that was like a half an hour a day. I could have shared Posh an extra time and actually sold something and made some money, or a half an hour that I could have spent listing 5 new listings on eBay and seeing the results of the activity on that platform. So I don't like Mercari, and I will probably never touch it again. You cannot delete your, I already asked that. I read that the second time the wrong time, the wrong way. You can't delete your for sales. I hope that for the entire community, it's not just us. Vicky. Hey, Swamp Picker, welcome in. My Posh stats, not my seller stats. Thank you for that. All things Lorenzo. Can you tell that I never do anything on my phone? I list from my computer on both platforms. I share Posh from my computer. I was in there, wasn't I? I'm not gonna mess with it right now. But you can tell I don't like apps. I don't like phones. I'm a dinosaur. I like to do stuff on the computer. Is it possible for eBay to relist your sold items? I mean, the actual answer to that should be no. eBay should not be able to relist your sold items. Do people see things sell on eBay they swore they've already sold? Absolutely. We had a particular Harry Potter shirt a couple of years that tried to sell 4 times. And I see stuff sell all the time that I know has already sold. I also find things when we do our inventory, like when we go through our inventory a couple times a year, I find items that I know never sold but are no longer listed that fall off. So it goes both ways. Lucille says I'm deleting them too. Yeah, I just wouldn't do like more than 2 or 3 a day, just so you're not pissing off upsetting the algorithm. I try to here's a couple more platforms for you guys, the citizens. I try to focus my time where I could be most productive and see a payoff for my time. So if I put the effort in on Poshmark and I can see the effort paying off, that's a platform I want to be on. eBay obviously is a priority because it has, you know, we have the most listings, almost 2,000 on eBay, and it has the most eyeballs, and it's global, and we have global shipping. So those are 2 platforms that I really try to focus on and keep my energy on. And then obviously I have a Facebook group that I run, and I try to drop a video every day and keep up with YouTube content. So, you know, and if you guys saw how many messages and emails I get a day, I spend about an hour to 2 hours on those every single day, just talking with you guys and answering questions. So I have a lot on my plate, so I just try to focus where I feel like my time is spent best. And for me, you know, after messages in the Facebook group and you guys, it's going to be eBay and Poshmark. So exactly. Green Thrifty Life hit it on the head. I cannot stand to see stuff in there that didn't sell. But on the other hand, I'm so worried, oh, what if, you know, and I've had it happen, if something's returned on eBay, then I want to be able to easily relist it on Posh and not have to actually cross post again. I think that those are good. I think that they encourage people to be interactive with each other and to share each other. Most importantly, the most important 3 things on Poshmark: you've got to share your own closet 2 to 3 times a day. The last time should be that last party of the day, because that's when most people are active. Number 2, most important, you should be listing 5 to 10 items a day, period. And number 3, you've got to be doing your offers to likers. But you should also be following other people and sharing them, because that's important as well, and it does help with the algorithm. So if you do a share group on Facebook or a share group or games on Poshmark, that kind of reminds you and it holds you accountable. So I'm in Sydney's share group on Facebook, her HQ, Posh HQ share group. It is, I say it's a paid group in quotes, because you can get membership to that for free with some of her bundles if you buy some of her guides or whatever. But I'm in that, and it holds me accountable, because if I put my closet in the share thread of the day and all these folks are sharing me, I got to share them back. So it reminds me to share other people and to be accountable. And I do that throughout the day, just whenever I have time. I typically use my laptop for everything unless I'm really tired and in bed. Yeah, I can't even do that. I tried it one time. I timed myself. I was laying in bed, and I did the edit next list at the end of the day, so that things were sharing twice to the party, once to the party and once to my followers. It took me twice as long as it does on the computer, so I said never again. So I just sit out here and do it while I watch TV out here. That depends. So I can't even say that it's been steady enough to get an average. I've had $500 weeks. I've had $800 weeks. I've had $10 weeks. Posh is really about the amount of effort you put in it. And so if I'm being truly honest, the weeks that were like the $500, $800 weeks, I was consistently doing everything I've been telling you guys to do. And Posh is the first thing to fall off my plate when there's too much on it. So there's sometimes that I'm not paying enough attention to it and it goes down. So to get an accurate number on the average sales on Poshmark, I would feel like I would have to consistently be doing everything that I tell you guys you should be doing for like 30 days straight and then get an average. But full transparency, do what I say and not what I do because I'm not always as consistent on Poshmark as I say that you guys should be, just because Posh is the first thing that I let fall off my plate. If I'm too busy to get to something, I would rather do a YouTube video and one less share on Posh, or I would rather make sure I get 10 listings on eBay and not 5 or 10 on Poshmark. So it's the first thing I let go. So I don't feel like I've ever been consistent enough. I feel like if you're going to run a test or get an average or try something new, I say this a lot too, like if you wanted to try free shipping or whatever, anytime you're going to try something new or do something new, I feel like you should absolutely be giving something 30 days to see a full report. And I don't think I've ever been consistent for 30 days straight. I could tell you the weekends I'm not. So there goes 2 weeks, 2, 4, 6, 8 days out of a month where I'm not even consistent. So eBay's been pretty bad for people this year too. So eBay is just, I don't even know. I don't even know. See, we're getting reports now that Poshmark isn't as good, but never, ever, 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 ever put your eBay store on vacation. I'm telling you that from experience. I'm telling you because we did it and it screwed us over so hard. So eBay opened 2018. We put our store on vacation and extended the handling, and it took us 2.5 months when we got home to get back up to where we used to be. Like we had to consistently work at eBay to feed that algorithm and to please Cassini. It just really screws your store over. Now, when we went to Florida on Halloween of 2018, and then again this year for 2019 when we went to Florida, we did the handling out but no vacation, and it took like a day or two to bounce back. And actually we were bouncing back before we were even home. So like this year, for instance, we put it on 10-day handling, and then as we were getting closer to the time that we were going to be coming home from Florida, we started noticing more and more sales. And by the time we got back and we were back to our same day, it really took like another day of listing and we bounced back. But it took 2.5 months after vacation mode to get our store back to where it should be. And I know I'm not the only one who will tell you this. There are a lot of really big resellers out there who tell you absolutely do not use the vacation mode, just do your handling. So this is a really good question, guys. On average, do I list clothing for more on Poshmark and how much more per item? Absolutely. Number one, things sell for more on Poshmark, and my throat's really dry. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I felt like a little dry spot. I thought I was going to cough. And I'm still going to cough. So yes, I do list things more on Poshmark. Things sell for more over there, and I want a lot more wiggle room for offers because most of the stuff we sell on Poshmark will go when I do a 20 to 30% off offer, not with 10%. But I try that too. So about 25% more. So if I had a pair of jeans on eBay for 20, they would go to Poshmark for 25. It's not about or average. It's like pretty much steady. Anything I put on Poshmark starts its life on Poshmark at 25% above my starting price on eBay. And then once a month or so, I try to catch those closet closeouts and lower the price by 10%. No, Elizabeth, absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. And I lost my space. There we go. No, absolutely no. Our eBay right now is, there's times where I feel like it's back to normal, but this is Q4. So we shouldn't be at a 0.5% sell-through rate. We shouldn't. This is something I want to talk about tonight, just real quick, because I mentioned it in my what sold video last night. But we historically have a 0.5% sell-through rate, which is really good for a store that has majority used clothing and plush. But this is Q4, so we should be above 0.5, and we always have historically done better than that in Q4, and we're barely hitting that. And this year, we have actually less used clothing, more plush, more hard goods, more holiday items, and more electronics than we ever have had going into a Q4 before. And our sales are worse than ever, than other Q4s, not than ever. But this Q4 is worse than last Q4 when we were maybe like mostly closed. So I don't know. I don't know why or what's going on, but we really went into this Q4 thinking, oh wow, we have less clothes and more hard goods and more gift items and more box sets and more holiday stuff and electronics and so Mr. Buys a Lot wants to know how the remote control is going. That's probably the only thing that's going really well for us on eBay right now. Our remote controls are sitting steadily at a 1 to 2% sell-through rate. On the weekends, it's probably hitting a 2% of what we have listed as selling, and then throughout the week, about a 1% sell-through rate, which is good for electronics. Electronics should be like at 1 to 1% or higher. Even used electronics, they're going to just be better than clothing. I think Keith is listing the ones that we can list on Amazon. Yes. None of them have sold over there. They're just selling really fast. They're selling good on eBay. We're sending out remotes every single day and plush pretty much, except for last week. I only had 3 plush sell, which was weird. But there was like a little bit of time where I felt like if we didn't have remotes and plush in the store, we wouldn't have been selling anything. Here's the thing, though. Historically, in Q4, and I'm not the only reseller who will tell you this, or the only reseller who specializes in used clothing who will tell you this, even used clothing should be selling better right now. It should be. It has historically. There are resellers who only sell used clothing and see a double in their sales in Q4. It just always has been. You would think this isn't the time of year for it, and normally it is. Like, it sells better in tax time. Like, you've probably heard the expression that the tax return season is the Q4 for the used clothing sellers, because we really sell a lot then too, because people are getting their tax returns. And you know, let's say someone has always wanted or always worn Miss Me jeans, but they can't afford them brand new. They get their tax return, they're going to go online and buy them used, so that maybe they can get 2 or 3 pairs for the same price that they could buy one new. So yeah, definitely tax return time is really good for used clothing. But the people that keep saying, well, you can't expect to have sales in Q4 because you have used clothing, are way off the mark, because we're not the only ones that in past years have done really, really well with used clothing in Q4. I don't want to call anybody out, but you guys can probably think of a couple. I'm sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. You guys could probably think of a couple really big resellers and used clothing that I know personally and talk to and watch that are not selling what they should be right now in comparison to past Q4s. And that kind of leads into the whole, one of the conspiracy theories is the reason things aren't selling is because of the glitch. But I don't want to get into that because I don't want to start any conspiracies. Like, I heard on Star's channel, she said it was the glitch. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not what it should be. I only sell one-offs. Typically, the remotes, some of them we have multiples of. I think that's supposed to be. I'm not sure. If anybody knows if that's a supposed to be thing or not supposed to be happening, like, until the remotes, we really only ever had one-offs or sometimes two of something. So I'm not that familiar with that. September and October sales on Posh were way down from last year too. See, that's not like what I'm hearing from people. My hair, I'm not. One day you guys are gonna log in and my head's gonna be shaved because I'm like I got tired of my hair. I have a lot of friends who are doing really well on Poshmark and really horribly on eBay. I have some friends that went over to Poshmark because eBay was doing so bad, and they're brand new and they're doing really well. So, while I am hearing, a couple of people here and there that Poshmark isn't doing that well, it's like it's a couple, but it's like 99.9% of eBay sellers are saying eBay's not where it should be. So we have on eBay 1980 something. We were up over 2000, but I got rid of like some old stuff just to try to help the situation. Sometimes if you drop really, really old items that are just dragging you down, if you have really old items that people are looking at, but they're not clicking through, it can appear to Cassini that your items are stale and undesirable, and it can drag the search on your entire store, like on all your items down. So I went and dropped, like 20, 30 really old items. We're just going to redonate them and take the tax write-off. So I did that. So we're like back down to 1980. But even with that, we should be selling 9 a day. 90 days should be what we're selling. And we're selling 5 or 6 a day. And if 2 of those are remotes and 1 of those is plush, we're selling 3 pieces of clothing a day. It's not that great. Let's go down. Yes and no, Dawn Marie. You absolutely want to have promoted on because you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not running promoted listings because everybody's running them. So in order to stay up and stay competitive and be seen, you need to be running promoted. Do you need to do them at the trending rate? I don't think so. I think that's a waste of money. We run all of ours at 1%. Jameson's Closet. On Posh, when something sells, it can go in any priority package except flat rate. Is that correct? That is false. It can go in any package except express. So you can use flat rate. We send 90% of our sales on Poshmark in padded flat envelopes. And then anything that doesn't fit in that, I send actually in medium flat boxes. Because they're like the perfect little size for shoes and for bundles if they buy a couple pairs of jeans or whatever. So yeah, you can absolutely use flat rate for Posh. You just cannot use express. See, that's been a thing for years too. People have been saying that for years. I don't. Let me read it out loud. Vicky wants to know if I think it's getting harder to sell because there's a lot more resellers. Local thrift is always dry. I don't think so, because people have been saying that for years, and yet every day over 50% probably of the resellers figure, I'm trying to say this nicely, but I don't really think there's a nice way to say it. So here comes something honest and truthful that I can't sugarcoat. I think that every single day there's people who thought this was going to be a quick get rich money scheme, who thought that this was going to be easy street, find out that it's hard work and they quit. I think people don't understand how long it takes to build the business, quit every day. I think that people get into this thinking, oh, overnight I'm going to have money, and they don't think they're going to have to work, that they're just going to go to the thrift stores and be rich, and they find out that they're not, and they quit all the time. And even people who understand that it's going to be hard work and are willing to roll up their sleeves don't understand that it takes time. You don't really, like, even the brick and mortar isn't out of the red and into the black for a couple of years. You know what I mean? It takes a while. So I think that every single day people are giving up and they're quitting, whether it's because they didn't realize it was hard work, it's taking too long to make money, or they're running into the issues of they quit their job too soon. That's another thing I don't know how to say nicely, but You can't jump into this full-time or quit your job until you have a solid nest egg or a solid savings account. You can't just expect to pay your bills on this if you don't have a net underneath of you. So no, I don't think that's it. I think we think there's more resellers because there's people that watch the YouTube videos and they see the groups and they think they're going to be a reseller and then they don't. So I don't really think that's the issue. More and more people are buying on eBay every day. More and more people are buying on Poshmark. Used clothing is becoming more and more hip and the end thing to wear. So I really don't think that's it. That's just my opinion, but I don't think that's it. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's glitches, but I don't want you guys running. Star said it was the glitches, but I just can't see that this many sellers are being affected on one platform during Q4 and it be something just like, oh, there's too many resellers, because there wasn't too many resellers ever before, and I don't think there's many more there now than there was last year because everybody's quit since then. All things Sorenzo, you are not the only one having a good month on Posh. I alluded to one of my friends, Holly. She's a moderator. I'm just going to call her out. She actually started doing Poshmark when eBay started to slow down, and she's killing it. She's doing better than I have ever done because she's really putting the work in. So she's doing well. My hunch is either something is drastically wrong with the Posh platform. So that's about Posh. I don't think there's a problem with Poshmark as much as there is with eBay, but that's probably because I'm someone who used to sell 10 packages a day during the worst, sorry about the train, the worst summer slowdown times. I was selling more than I am in Q4. So, and with Poshmark, I really, really feel like that is definitely a platform. When you put the work in, you see your effort pay out. When I come back from a vacation and I immediately start sharing and listing, I immediately start selling. Trying to find where I was. I'm going to try to get to these a little bit quicker. I don't think that's true at all. So we'll just move right on past that. I hate using the phone, but I do like the way listing on the desktop is with Poshmark. It is easier than eBay. Absolutely. $5 super chat from Robert, Zombie Bargain Hunter. YouTube gave me a super chat. Might as well give it to a friend. Thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate that so much. Fed a hungry hippo tonight. Thank you. Appreciate that. Vicky says she's uncertain if she can go full time. You've just got to sit down and do the numbers. And so you've got to, number one, have enough in the bank. And you guys know that Keith still works outside of the house, and he has for a couple years now while I do this full time, because we want to have a full year's worth of our bills and our expenses and everything saved up, not just bills. So like if he quit his job tomorrow, we want to be able to say that we're not changing our lifestyle one bit. We can live the way we've always lived and have that money in the bank just in case. But generally speaking, if you're not as anal or OCD as us, you could save up 3 to 6 months. But you should have 3 to 6 months of your bills saved up. And then you have to sit down and do the math. How much money do I need to make to be able to quit my job? And you need to make that amount of money before you quit. But it's all about math. It's all about figuring it out on paper. And if you can't do it all on Posh or you can't do it all on eBay, then you need to branch out and do other platforms. Hey, Alexis, welcome in. Better late than never. No. So Picker wants to know if I think it's the economy, and I don't. 1000%. I do not think that at all. Jameson's Closet did really well at Q4 with 90% clothing. Yeah, same here. Like last year we had like majority clothing and plush and we killed it, even going on vacation and coming back in the end of October. So this year we have all these remotes and we have hard goods and just shoes. That's the other thing I guess I should mention. I didn't have shoes in my store or my Posh Closet last year. I just started shoes this year because they still are gross and they still skeeve me out and they're disgusting. But I like money more than I hate germs. But you guys remember I used to have an aversion to shoes. I couldn't even look at them without like, ew. But I have tons of shoes in there now, and those are supposed to be great sellers. eBay never recovered from Glitchapalooza. Poshmark is even worse than eBay. That's great that you love your job. Yeah, I have a disability, and I can't work outside of the house, not even part-time. I'd be fired my first day. I can't stand for very long periods of time. So there's a lot of folks like me that are disabled, and this is all they can do. So we have to find a way to make it work, right? So there you go, guys. There you go, guys. There's a very big power seller there that clearly has a lot of listings and is still down in Q4. So, you know, that's why I wanted to come on tonight. I wanted to let you guys know from our perspective what it's like, because I feel like a lot of smaller sellers and part-time sellers feel like, oh, it's just me. I don't have enough listings. I don't have enough of this. I don't have enough of that. Y'all, it's affecting everybody. Everybody. Even big sellers, trust me. So Red Willow Farms, if Jameson's doesn't want your vintage clothing, we probably do. So you can contact me. We are selling wholesale lots now. We can help you get rid of it or help you find a buyer or hook you up with someone that will buy them from you. I love it when I see people hooking up in the chat and making friends. That's awesome. You are allowed to use flat rate. Late Thanksgiving. I don't know. Do you think that late Thanksgiving is affecting it? I would think that, I would personally think that late Thanksgiving would make people shop more right now. They'd feel more of a frenzy because we have less time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Wouldn't people be in a frenzy to get all of their holiday shopping early? I'm trying to catch up with these because we are closing in on an hour, and I wanted to talk about some other stuff real quick before I got off. All right, so here's what I want to tell you guys, just to kind of keep you encouraged, okay? The 100% guaranteed way, is my camera out of focus? The 100, there it goes. The 100% guaranteed way to not make sales is to give up. So regardless of whether your sales are good or bad right now, or what's going on with your Posh Closet, or your eBay, or your Mercari, or your local sales, if you give up, you are not going to make sales. Zero. Giving up is a guaranteed way of not having any sales, right? So you can't give up. You've got to keep doing. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep trying. But as Einstein said, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So while I want to encourage everyone to not give up, because you give up, nothing's happening. You got to keep trying. I don't want you to keep doing the same things over and over and spinning your wheels in the mud. That's not going to work either. So try a new platform. Branch out to a different platform. If you feel like you're already on enough and you're spread too thin, try to give some attention and some love to a platform that maybe you don't give enough to. Share Posh one extra time a day. List 5 extra things on eBay a day. Yeah, so try a different platform. If you feel like you're on enough, pick one platform to give some extra TLC to, whether it's to share 1 extra time, list 5 extra things, something like that. Try a different type of item. So if you are strong in electronics, throw some winter coats in there. See if winter coats will move for you. It is winter in most of the world. If you mostly sell clothing, go grab some plush, throw them in your store. If you mostly sell hard goods, go grab some shoes, some winter boots, something like that that might move for you. I'm kind of reading the chat while I talk. So that's just the last encouraging thing I wanted to say to you guys tonight. Do not give up, because giving up is guaranteeing failure. But you can't keep doing the same thing that you're doing and expect success. So what I need for y'all to do is to try something different, whether it's to try a different platform, try a different type of item, but don't give up. Now, the other thing I wanted to address before I go is I've kind of noticed in my Facebook group, at least. I mean, and I've noticed it in other Facebook groups, but I'm not going to call out other Facebook group owners. So I'm just going to call out my own group. I've noticed that a lot of people are complaining that sales are low, which is fine. All of our sales are bad. And complaining probably isn't the right word. Reporting, we'll use that word. I've noticed a lot of resellers in my group in particular are reporting that things that should be selling aren't, right? Like they can't move something that should be moving, something that should sell within a month to 2 of listing, or overnight, or within a week, or within a couple days. I just see it over and over and over again. I don't even want to give this specific example, but it's just, I see like certain brands of clothing that I know move, being people are saying I can't give these away, or my electronics won't even sell. So if you've got something that should be selling, it's going to sell even when times are bad. Kind of like our remotes, right? Like our remotes keep moving. Sales are down for everybody, but our remotes are at 1% sell-through rate right now, and they're selling every day. The BKE men's jeans with the names on them that I love to talk about so much, I sold another pair for $40 and shipped them out today. Things like that should still be moving. Things that typically sell and sell well should be moving. So the fact that I understand that sales are bad. I understand that Q4 isn't what it should be. And I understand that we're all experiencing a slowdown. But there's certain things that should still be selling and they're not. So I would be curious as to what's going on. Like, are your titles, are your pictures, like what are you doing that you're not getting the same sales that everyone else is, even when times are bad? So that said, here's the thing. I get asked this all the time. I get messages, I get emails, I get Instagram direct messages, Facebook. I get asked all the time, several times, every single day, if I'm ever going to offer store reviews or closet reviews. And like until now, my answer was always not right now, probably not, no, I don't have time. But moving into the new year, it was going to be something that I started offering in January. I was going to make the time. I was going to rearrange my schedule. And actually, Keith is probably going to be that much closer. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, including mine and his, but January might be it. That might be the month that Keith can come home. But regardless, in January, I was going to start offering store and closet reviews to help folks. But I think I want to start offering them early because I feel like a lot of you really need a lot of help. But I don't want to get overwhelmed with too many, number one. Number two, I don't want to gouge you guys for like a normal price right now during the holidays in Q4. So what I thought was, number one, I'm going to give away 1 store review and 1 closet review for free. I'm going to have a giveaway, and I will do 1 of each for free. The only catch is you have to be in the Facebook group. So you have to be a member of our Facebook group, And after the live show, I will go put in 2 new threads into the announcements. One will be for the closet review and one will be for the store review. You can enter both if you want. That's fine. But I'm going to give one of each away for free to somebody lucky and hopefully help, 2 people see what they're doing right, but see what they can improve on to make their sales better. And then I'm going to offer only to group members a discounted store or closet review from now to the beginning of the year. So I'm not going to offer store reviews or closet reviews to anybody outside of the Facebook group. So it's not going to be a link in the description box. You're not going to find it for sale anywhere else. It's only going to be in the Facebook group. You've got to be a member because I can't get too many. I don't want to have too many, number one. And number two, I want to do something special for people that have supported Keith and I and supported this channel and supported our Facebook group. I want to give back to you guys. So the giveaway is only going to be in the group. Number one, to give back to the group, to give you guys something for all of your support and for being totally awesome people, because our Facebook group is like the best Facebook group for resellers. Everyone in there is so amazing, so awesome, and so positive. You guys are the best. So I want to give back to you guys. So I'll give one of each away for free. And then I will offer the store and closet reviews at a discounted rate from now until the end of the year to members of the Facebook group. And then after January, the price is going to go up and I'm going to advertise everywhere else and probably still have a coupon code in the group for you guys. But you want to jump on now while they're cheaper and everyone's sales are bad, and maybe I can help you improve your sales or find out what you're doing wrong. Because I keep seeing people say, things that should be selling aren't. So there's got to be something there that you're doing that you need help with. So yeah, Vicky, go ahead and share your closet if you want. We do a Posh, Vicky, if you're in the Facebook group, every weekend we do a Posh share party in there too. The Facebook group hi Laura. Make peace. Our Facebook group is the Flippin Hippos reseller pod. Link to join us down in the description box below. Can one of my mods, if at all possible right now, throw a link up for Makepeace to join the Facebook group? Robert says, I want you to trash my eBay store. I don't think you need my help, Robert, but Flippin Hippos reseller pod. Dennis says, I feel like I needed one. Bamboo Spine Gal, yeah, the Facebook group is really great. You guys are the best. And that's why whenever I do anything, it's like I want to give away free stuff. I always want to do it to my Facebook group first. If I want to do discounted stuff, it's always to you guys first. We absolutely love and appreciate every single one of our subscribers on YouTube as well. Clearly, if you guys didn't watch and if you didn't subscribe to the channel, we definitely wouldn't even have a channel. There'd be no Flippin' Hippos. But then, if you're a subscriber here and a member of the Facebook group, you're like doubly awesome sauce, doubly hippo cool. I just found you on Posh earlier. Yeah, everything in the description box down below. Sometimes you have to scroll all the way to the bottom, but we don't keep anything secret. Our eBay, but we won't share our Amazon store. And I always tell people we may or may not have an eBay store. We don't share with folks for our own purposes, but our main eBay store, our closet, all down below. Post office box. You can write me hate mail or love letters. But yeah, make sure you are a member of our Facebook group, okay? After this live show, I'm going to go put 3 different new threads into the Facebook group. They'll be in the announcement section. One will be the giveaway for the store review, one will be the giveaway for the closet review, and one will be how you can purchase at a discounted rate a store and or closet review. And I'm also going to offer both together for an even more discounted price, so you could get one of each if you wanted. But look for those in the announcement sections. Give me about like 20 minutes after we go live, because I usually have to go potty and get a drink, put my room back together. Hippos are usually hungry. But I'll put those in the group, so make sure you're in the group. And Thank you for throwing up the link there, Dave and Bill, or Dave or Bill, whichever one of you did it. Thank you so much. Yes, no members or viewers means Star would be talking to herself. So we do absolutely appreciate everybody. You guys are the best. We are right at an hour right now. So I'm going to get off of here so you guys can go get some work done. I know I got some work to do. Got 3 threads to put up, don't I? Got to share Posh yet tonight. I got a list yet tonight. So you guys, I wanted to thank you again so much. Not only for subscribing to the channel, joining the Facebook group, but for all of your support. You know, you guys comment on videos, you watch videos, you follow us on Instagram. Just all the support is really great. You guys are the best. So I'm totally forgetting my end of the video car salesman spiel right now. Oh yes, hit the thumbs up before you leave, guys. It really does help the channel. Join our Facebook group if you haven't already, and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media. Again, you guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support now, before, and always. Love you guys. Go be productive and make some money. Bye.